what a difference Nisar has made in the higher education in Upper Sindh, Upper Rural Sindh, I would say. And I had seen the school or the IBA Sakkar from humble beginnings when it was located in just 2 rooms at the public school Sakkar, when Nisar at that time was Commissioner Sakkar Division. So the founder of the school obviously is now taking the same school forward as the director of Sakkar IBA.
I would like to talk about the ground realities, not going into much theoretical frameworks and all these things, but really the ground realities in the field of higher education. I had brought some couple of slides also. Many of them give the figures which already have been discussed, and Dr. Javed Lagari's articles which come regularly in the newspapers do talk about those figures. You see, in our country and in this province of Sindh, our higher education, I would like you to look at in 4 areas. And in mathematical formula I say it is Q square R square. Q into Q into R into R. Q is quantity, the other Q is quality, R is relevance of the curriculum with the modern needs, with the needs of the employers, with the needs of the industry. And 4th, and very important, is the research. How far our universities are doing in the field of research. And as Dr. Mohammed also said, it's not all bad. There is a silver lining. What we need to do is to expedite, to mobilize, so that we can utilize those opportunities. And last thing which I would like to highlight and put before all of you is that the main factor is the teacher training and education, in which we are lacking drastically, I would say, except 1 or 2 facilities in Karachi, Aga Khan University for teachers education, and 1 in Sindh University. We don't have any facility for teacher education in entire Sindh. And that is affecting our primary education, secondary education, and every sector of education. So, some slides which show the numbers also, but generally speaking, the age group who are eligible to access the university education, only 4 to 5% are able to access the university education. All others are not able to join education. Whereas the international standards, world average is maybe 9%. In Malaysia, it is maybe 37%, so on and so forth. So what we need to do is to increase the access of youngsters to the university education. Second is the quality. We are really lacking in this field, and we have to institute some mechanism to understand, to estimate whether the objectives, the learning outcomes we expect from our curriculum, from our education system to be achieved are achieved really or not. There needs to be some mechanism, because generally we find that in private sector our graduates are not able to compete, which is an indicator that there is something wrong in our education system. Either the curriculum is not properly designed, or the teaching methodologies, the environment, the which is given in the universities is not conducive for producing the graduates which can be sold in the market like hot cakes. So there is a question of relevance, whether our curriculum is relevant to the modern needs, to the market needs. And fourthly, the research. With due apologies to two Dr. Mughals who are sitting here, the research in our universities is quite, I think, is lacking a lot. In general universities, these are the figures I have taken from the website of HEC. So I may be excused if in general university, Sindh University in the last year 2009 and 10, the number of researches published was 95, whereas in University of Punjab it was 356, and in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa it was 153. General universities. In agriculture universities, Tandojam 11, and Agriculture University Faisalabad 412, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Agriculture University 106. Engineering University, Mehran University 8, UET Lahore 78, and UET Peshawar 15, NED 15. So this is where we are lacking. We need to create an environment of research. And the last thing which I want to spend time for a few minutes is teacher education. Sir, our entire education system is being damaged because of lack of teacher education. We have one institute in Hyderabad University which is doing a good job. Except that, in entire Sindh, in Sakhar division, Ladkana, we don't have any teacher education worth the name. What the cruelty is being done, I am sorry for using the word cruelty, is this, that the universities who don't have any department of education, Shah Abdullah University is in my neighborhood, they don't have the education department themselves. But they have opened 20 centers in small villages where one can go, fill in the form, pay the money, and after 1 year get the certificate of M.Ed or B.Ed. I have interviewed several M.Ed and B.Ed graduates having first-class degrees, but they are not able to even give the names of the subjects they have studied. Education, teachers training is a professional subject, like medical education. They have to do practical things. They have to run the classes, students. But they even don't know the subjects they have been taught. This is really very dismal. So we need to do something about this. We need to advise such universities that they should stop doing this thing, because you see what is happening. It has multiplier effect. Government of Sindh, Education Department, and very rightly, their eligibility for a teacher is that he should be graduate in any discipline, and he should also have professional degree like B.Ed and M.Ed. So this condition has become a bottleneck. Any good graduate who has done MSc in physics cannot become a teacher, high school teacher, unless he has a B.Ed. And good students, they don't go for the B.Ed. Only mediocres and lower mediocres, they go and join such centers where they get certificates without studying anything. And then they become teachers. So with this, the primary education, the secondary education is also being equally affected. But teacher education comes within the purview of higher education. So I would request Dr. Javed Lagari also to look into this, because really this is affecting our education. The second problem in our higher education is two streams. colleges and universities. Universities are doing better. The graduates who come from the universities, they do better. But those who come through colleges, they have done BSc in colleges, their standard is quite low, because in government colleges, neither the attendance is cared for, nor the proper classes are held, and the exams, it is really again a problem. Cheating and copying is order of the day. These are two problems which are affecting our education. And many students are coming through college system. And therefore, they are not anywhere. They are not able to get jobs in the private sector. And in government sector, if they get the jobs, they are playing havoc with the government work. That is the plight we are faced. And the silver lining is that among the parents, there is awareness. One indicator I feel happy when I find that parents, poor, they don't have the money. They sell something, they get loan from other people and take out their children from government school and enter them into private schools. That is the awareness that the parents want quality education. Although in the private schools, many of the private schools in the rural areas don't have good education. But there is a realization among the parents that their children should get good education. So that is a silver lining. And lastly, sir, we need to revise our curriculum, revisit our curriculum, and in the present scenario, entrepreneurship should be the main focus in our universities. Thank you very much.